It's no secret, big corporations don't like your values.
Whole Pride-themed baby clothes.
A can with my face on it.
Starbucks will pay travel expenses to access abortion.
It's time to stop funding traitors and start supporting patriots. And I'm here to show you how. You're in good hands. I have a lot of experience in the shopping game. This is so fancy. It's fashion meets function meets travel meets every day. Go to PublicSquare.com or download our app and let's start shopping. It's time to take back our country, one purchase at a time. Are you ready? Before we start 30 products to swap on PublicSquare Live, I think it's important for you to know and meet the brains behind the operation. He himself is the original swap. He swapped life in left-wing California for the free state of Florida. He swapped liberal corporate values for a faith-driven life as the CEO and founder of PublicSquare. He's the one, the only, the best boss ever, Michael Seifert. Michael, thank you for being here.
It is wonderful to be here.
Was that a good intro?
Let the record reflect, I did not pay her to say that. That was purely her prerogative. That was very kind.
I wrote it myself, but you are a great boss. You know what I was saying to one of our friends in the community, that I don't have to go to work and pretend to use pronouns or to care about those things. And a sign in our office welcomes 2A rights. There's a big gun. So it's really nice to work with people who share your values and share your vision. And you are the brains behind the operation. You are the original swap. What was your vision for PublicSquare? How did this come to be?
Well, Erin, for a decade, corporate America has been telling us that if you don't like it, build your own. Every time they would cancel us or debank us or strip away our economic access or lecture us about progressive politics when we're simply trying to shop, they would ultimately push us if we complained. And they would say, this is a free market, it's a free country. If you don't like what we're doing, then you can go and build your own. And for years, we kind of just kept complaining, and we kept our head down, and we kept swiping the card and making the purchases. But finally, the frustration was overwhelming, and we decided in January of 2021, it was probably time to build our own. So I had this idea for a marketplace. The idea was simple. We would bring businesses that love their country, the Constitution, the values that that wonderful document protects, business owners that stood for life, family, freedom, faith, and we would connect them to millions of customers that had those same values. That was the goal. And we launched in San Diego County a few months later with 150 businesses and about 1,000 consumers. And now, in about 2 years, we have become the largest marketplace in the world of its kind. Millions of consumers on our platform, 80,000 business vendors that are all aligned to create incredible quality products and services and appreciate and protect the values that hold our country together in the process. This helps consumers like me and like you not be frustrated anymore. We actually have a new system. We can actually move our money to brands we believe in and shop in alignment with our values. It is that simple, and that's the message of PublicSquare.
Well, I love the message of PublicSquare. So you have all of these amazing products, and someone recently told me that when you sign up, they have to sign a pledge.
They do. That's exactly right. We have 5 core values on the platform at PublicSquare. They're pretty simple. You love life, family, freedom. You stand by our Constitution. We'll protect it at all costs. You refuse to indoctrinate or to lecture consumers about progressive social issues. These are the sorts of things that we ask businesses when they join to not only appreciate and agree with and respect, but also they're agreeing that they're not going to spend time, money, or resource antagonistically against these values. So I remember years ago when I was first recognizing the problem of woke capital or ESG or DEI, and I learned that a very popular coffee chain was actually taking my money and donating it to progressive groups like Planned Parenthood or BLM. And not only were they donating the profits they were earning off of my purchases, they were even encouraging their employees to donate to these progressive organizations, like a matched 401k program. So obviously on our company at PublicSquare, we have the ability for employees to match their 401k. We'll put in a contribution if they will invest into their 401k through their paycheck. Well, this company, this coffee company, was doing that same thing. I can call them out at Starbucks. They were doing that same thing with progressive organizations, encouraging their employees, and then Starbucks would match it in return. All of these things led us to create a marketplace where the businesses on this platform can communicate a level of trust to a network of consumers that have been rather frustrated or disenfranchised for years. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you need trust in your transactions. It is the most fundamental element. I want to know that I can trust the businesses I'm shopping from, not just to provide quality products and services, but also to not use my money against me.
It's like a weapon, right?
It is.
It's weaponizing it. So you have grown so much lately. Any developments you want to talk about? And then I want to ask you about how you had the idea for PublicSquare Live.
I love it. Yeah, this is an initiative I'm very excited about. We'll get to in a second. But PublicSquare's been on quite a journey over the last 2 years. We launched and actually achieved 1 million consumer members on the platform faster than Twitter,
Wow.
Airbnb, Spotify. It's one of the fastest growing consumer platforms of the last 15 years. We also then expanded to all 50 states. We're up to about 80,000 business vendors now. We're now publicly traded as well, which was another adventure over the course of the past 2 years. We took that next step so that we could be a company ultimately owned by we the people as well, for like-minded investors that are looking to invest their money in alignment with their core values and get away from the ESG and DEI trend. But what's neat about PublicSquare is that PublicSquare is now also a family of brands. So PublicSquare actually owns a few other companies under the umbrella that is PublicSquare and the broader parallel economy. So PublicSquare actually launched the fastest growing baby brand in the world. We launched a brand called EveryLife. While other major baby brands are donating to progressive causes, standing against the family unit, contributing to Planned Parenthood, which makes no sense as a diaper company, we brought a brand to market called EveryLife. The message is simple. Every life is worth protecting and celebrating. No matter who you are or where you're from, your life is a miracle. And we want to make sure that our precious little miracles have quality, clean products that they can utilize for all life's daily needs. We also are in the firearm space. So we've actually recently conducted a strategic acquisition of a financial services company, one of the only, that proudly works with the Second Amendment community. 60% of online retailers in the gun space actually utilize this company, Cordova's technology, to enhance their ability to offer quality products and services to consumers. And the action does not stop. We've recently announced we're launching a payments company here in Q2, which will be a blast as well to protect financial infrastructure, and we're just getting started.
That's a lot in about 2 years' time.
2 years. We don't sleep much. We like to run.
You're always in the office unless you're out traveling to do something for PublicSquare, going to Korea. Don't know where you're going to be in the country, but it's always somewhere productive. So we met for coffee, and that led to a light bulb moment for you with PublicSquare Live. How did that happen?
Well, we were meeting with Erin and really excited to hear more about her background. Obviously, Erin is excellent in all that she does and has a long career, not just as a lawyer and a TV personality and a great saleswoman, but specifically many years with QVC. There's really the king or queen of, however you want to call it, of live shopping that has developed amazing on-air personalities like Erin, and Erin was really a leader in that organization for many years. So all the dots started connecting where, okay, Erin's a really strategic thinker. Our marketing initiative, we're always trying to think about new ways to get these incredible quality businesses in front of our consumers. We've got great partnerships with great media organizations like Real America's Voice. We love our social presence and we want to continue getting our message out to a broader digital audience. Erin's got the background and skill set perfect to actually bring the story of these quality products to life on air. Wait a second. What about PublicSquare Live? What if we actually took the great businesses with the stories to tell and products to sell, had them interview with Erin, have great on-air time to get their stories and their products out there, and we could actually connect the dots for consumers in a very unique live environment. Live shopping is a very cool industry.
It is.
A lot of people don't recognize the traction that it actually has in our country. And for us to be able to enter that environment and bring PublicSquare to life in a live setting like this is a real privilege. So, Erin, it's wonderful to have you leading the charge on this. There's not a better person on the planet for it. And it's a very cool initiative that we hope blesses you as you continue your move forward as a shopper spending money in alignment with your values.
Well, I appreciate it. You know what? I've been talking with all of these products on PublicSquare and the CEOs and founders and people that own these products. You see it on the app and you think it's great. But when you talk to these people and hear their stories, you're invested. You want to buy it. You want to support them. They have your values. It's all natural. It's made in America, or all of the above. And really just bringing those stories to life, I think, is going to be a great relationship between those people at home and PublicSquare.
Well, I think you nailed it. And one other piece I'd add to that is that for a long time in our country, we have been forced as consumers to essentially shop from the same 5 or 6 companies for everything. We've all been so accustomed to the Procter & Gamble's and the Unilevers that own all the household products we buy. We do our shopping online at Amazon. Walmart has dominated Main Street. But there's a hunger in the American people to actually invest in their community and the businesses that are supporting their community. We are the largest compilation of America First small businesses the country has ever seen. And we love being a marketplace specifically geared towards small businesses, because when you go to PublicSquare.com, when you hit that QR code on the screen, what you will find are 80,000 vendors that all have a story to tell and a reason for what they're doing that is far beyond just simply providing quality products for you. They have a love for their communities. They're invested in their local communities. They're the soccer coach on the weekends. They're a part-time sub-teacher at school. They're invested in their churches. And they happen to run businesses that are growing quickly, and PublicSquare has the opportunity and the honor really to serve. So our encouragement to people is recognize that this is much bigger than a right versus left thing. This is much bigger than a conservative versus progressive thing. This is even bigger than a globalist versus nationalist thing. This is about supporting the people that actually make our country special. And you're going to hear from a lot of those over the course of PublicSquare Live.
Well, I think you couldn't have said it better if you tried. I thank you for this amazing opportunity, and you're a creative genius for bringing it to life. And thank you for sitting down and talking with me today. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this.
Yes, we will. Erin, I appreciate it.
Michael Seifert.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to PublicSquare Live.
Welcome to PublicSquare Live, 30 Products to Swap. This is our very first episode, one of many, where we are going to help you trade items that you're probably using every day, made by companies that probably don't share your values, for products that you will not only love, but are also made by people I promise you're gonna adore. So let's talk protein bars. I have them here with me today. Whether you need a quick, healthy snack on the go, you know, when I'm traveling, I said, I want a snack. You think fast food, that's not healthy. So I want a healthy snack on the go. I want to pump after a workout or something before the workout. And who doesn't like peanut butter, cacao, and sweet, healthy goodness? That's exactly why Tony Leonardi, CEO and founder of Muscle Up Protein Bars, is here. Tony, thank you for being with me today.
Hi, Erin. Thanks for having me.
So I had my first muscle up today, and it was I had a really hard workout this morning. I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking.
Fantastic.
And it was absolutely amazing, and I'm not just saying that. So you and your partner, Lori, started this unbelievable brand. The idea came to you in a unique way. What happened?
That's true. We weren't thinking about getting into business or thinking about making a protein bar, but I literally had a dream one night, and I saw myself in the dream making protein bars in my kitchen. And I saw the ingredients that I was using, the sweet potato, the protein powder, the almond butter, ingredients I had in my kitchen.
Right.
And I woke up and I said, Lori, I had just had the weirdest dream, and it was very vivid in my mind. I saw the ingredients and I saw myself making it. And I said, you know, I don't know, I don't know why I'm having this dream, but I just can't get it out of my head. And that's really where the idea came from.
That's so brilliant. I usually have dreams about my school days and like I'm missing a class or I forgot to register. But today we are swapping out right here the Muscle Up peanut butter. That's what we're gonna go with. And everyone has these in the house, right? So how are yours different and what makes them so special?
Well, the reason we decided to introduce these bars to the market is because at the time we couldn't find a bar that was high in protein and low in natural sugar. Most of the bars out there, if you think about the typical bars that you're used to eating, either have more sugar than protein, or they eliminate the sugar and they put in something like a sugar alcohol, which is not good for you. We wanted a high protein, low sugar bar. So all of our bars have twice as much protein as sugar. All the sugar is natural, and it comes from our secret ingredient, which is sweet potatoes.
Wow.
And we use a little bit of coconut nectar as well. That's how we sweeten our bars.
So I'm looking at the box right now. We have 16 grams of protein and only 12 grams of fat, which is good, and 250 calories. This is unbelievable. And
yeah, it's a good sized bar. It could be a meal replacement. It has plenty of protein for before or after a workout for muscle repair and replacement. And they're not super sweet like a lot of bars. They have I'd say they have a nice subtle sweetness to them.
Yeah, and when we originally talked about this, we talked about how when you eat a protein bar, you sort of have this film in your mouth. With this, there is no bitter aftertaste. You don't feel like you're eating chemicals. You feel like you're eating natural ingredients. And what I also like, that it's not coated in chocolate, right? I don't know how people can think that's really healthy. Now, of course, we've got the cacao. Am I saying that right?
Cacao, correct.
Oh,
yes.
I did it. Okay. So you got the cacao in there. How does that change the formula?
Well, rather than using chocolate coating or chocolate chips, we went for the natural base ingredient, which is cacao, which is what you make chocolate out of. So it's not a sweet chip, but it gives you a little bit of chocolate flavor and a little bit of crunch, and it keeps that sugar low, which is what we want.
Well, I definitely want more of these because you sent me the ones that we're featuring for the swap, which are the peanut butter, and I know you also have the chocolate chip, and these are absolutely amazing. Honestly, I really enjoyed it this morning, and I was driving here, I was in a hurry, and it was like, boom, I have my breakfast and lunch almost covered. So
They're great to have on hand. You can leave them in your car. They won't melt because they don't have that chocolate coating on them. They don't need to be refrigerated. They're just great to have on your person whenever you need a quick pick-me-up.
You know what's funny is I live in Florida, and it's pretty warm already, and I left these in my car last night because I had so many boxes to bring here to the studio, and I got nervous in the middle of the night. I woke up super early, and I ran to the car. Everything was completely fine, so your point is very well made. So
they
we feature...
They won't melt. They will get soft, but they won't melt.
Mine was perfect, literally perfect. So we feature your product on PublicSquare. How has your experience been working with PublicSquare and our team?
Well, as soon as we first originally heard about PublicSquare, we thought we have to check this out. This really sounds like something that fits what we're all about. And PublicSquare has been fantastic for us. The team has been incredible. They've really gone out of their way to help us grow our company and get the word out there about our products. And we've seen great success from it, and we're very happy to be partnered with PublicSquare.
Well, we're super happy to have you on PublicSquare, and I'm super happy to have these in my life, not only for myself, but for my husband and for my son. And Tony, I appreciate your time today. This is not the last we're going to be seeing of you today, and we appreciate you.
Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Of course. Now, when you buy Muscle Up from PublicSquare, don't forget to enter the code 30SWAP for a discount at checkout. This is for a limited time only, so grab your Muscle Up now. Well, everyone on Earth drinks water, and most of us now realize that those plastic water bottles are wasteful. And I don't know about you, but drinking from them, it just tastes terrible, and the chemicals in the bottles are definitely harming us. Mercantile Mountain has the perfect solution. The Drinko stainless steel water bottle. It's durable, reusable, environmentally sustainable, rust-resistant, virtually indestructible, not to mention the insulation is made from copper, so it maintains 24-hour temperatures for cold and 12 hours for hot. That's impressive. So let's welcome the CEO and founder, Clay Carroll. Clay, welcome.
Hi, how you doing, Erin?
So nice to see you.
Here.
So when we talked before, you told me on a family trip to the mountains, it basically turned you into a founder and CEO of the non-woke North Face, as you call it, Mercantile Mountain. How was that journey?
Well, it's been a wonderful journey. We started out with our family, and it just helped us learn to slow down and refresh and renew our lives. And from that experience, Mercantile Mountain was born, and in the sense that we want to help people experience the same thing. We want to have people be able to have a healthy life, to find the things that are important in life, like, God, family, our purpose for life. And so our products are basically geared towards that in life, to try to enable people to find a healthy lifestyle, healthy, active lifestyle that helps them.
Well, I love that. So tell me about the water bottle. I got one and I am loving it. By the way, it's very lightweight too. And it comes with not one, but two great lids. And you also have a brush here to keep it clean. I always know with my son's water bottles, they get grimy from the sports fields and going outside. And this is a great added feature. What do you like about this the most, other than the things I already said?
Well, I love that the fact that it's so well insulated that it will not sweat or anything on the outside. It also comes with two additional straws on the inside, for the sippy lid part, and then it has like a chug lid. So that's like a chug lid, and then the other one is this kind of the sippy lid, which you hook your straw in right there.
Oh, wow.
So I love that, and there's so many great comments. People say they keep them in their cars for hours on end in the summer, and there's still ice in it. So
amazing. Well, from talking to you, I know that you're a God, family, country, Trump-loving patriot, and you also pride yourself on supporting America. How does it apply here with the Drinko water bottle?
Yes, so we actively seek out American-made suppliers, and Drinko is definitely one of those. So we have many American-made products, and we also have many companies that are American-made as American suppliers. This is a U.S. patent pending, Drinko is. So they have a lot of great technology in here to keep this really cold or really hot.
And I know, as summer's approaching, so many people have the water bottle and you go to take a sip and it tastes terrible because everything has gotten so hot. 24 hours here with cold. And if you want something hot when you have colder temperatures, 12 hours, that's pretty great when you want your coffee in the morning or you want hot chocolate or even a soup. You can put all of that in here, right?
Right. Anything you want in there. It's just great. It works out great. It kind of reminds me of those other old installation cups when we were younger, but we have so many great reviews. This is actually we've sold thousands of products on our store since last year, and this is one of our top sellers. So.
Wow, well, I certainly love it, and my son's gonna love it because we're running from one thing to the next, and I don't have time to get cold water or ice cubes, so I know it's gonna stay cold. You also said that God spoke to you about making Mercantile Mountain a success. What was that conversation like?
Yeah, so in the beginning, I wanted to help people kind of slow down and refresh and renew. But basically, I knew that I needed to encourage people to find their purpose in life. And God kind of spoke to me various different ways. And one of the ways was through an amazing dream, which I'm not getting into. But basically, I knew that I needed to start this online business. My background is in medical, so this was totally out of my realm. And anyway, to make the story short, basically, God basically told me not to give up no matter, there were so many different challenges, COVID, all these different financial things. But, and then finally in May 2023 was very challenging for us. And I actually prayed and asked God, I said, God, you're going to have to do something. And that's when that very day, PublicSquare, I didn't realize it, but our site just started getting flooded with people. And that was actually where the non-woke comparison came in, was because North Face actually started putting out LGBTQ ads, and we were compared as a alternative to North Face for traditional family values. And so from that point on, God answered that prayer. And we've been exploding. We've added new not obviously new customers. We've added new employees, and it's just been growing, and it's been a great, exciting challenge. So.
Wow, that is such a powerful story, and I'm so glad you're part of the PublicSquare family. Clay, I know you and your team are offering the code 30SWAP for a discount at checkout, so thank you for doing that. Thank you for being part of PublicSquare, and thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you. I'm so excited to be a part of PublicSquare. We need to keep the challenge going to everybody for everything.
Praise be to God. Thank you so much. Wow, that was such a great interview. Stay tuned for more swaps, but remember, you're not just shopping. You're part of a movement to create a parallel economy. Let's make a difference together with PublicSquare Live and shopping. We'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to PublicSquare Live.
So if we're not brushing our teeth, I think it's safe to say we have a problem. So why not use a tooth powder that's non-toxic, fluoride-free, that actually helps repair cavities? That's why we're swapping big box store toothpaste with Wonder Oral Wellness Peppermint Tooth Powder. Here to tell you more about it is my new friend, Jen Rankin. Jen is now the owner of Wonder Oral Wellness, but started as a loyal fan and customer. So Jen, you loved it so much, you brought the company, you told me a story about the original owner who was suffering from pregnancy cavities, so she made her own tooth powder. That's an amazing story. How does this product help cavities, and how is it safer than store brands?
Yeah, so interesting fact, toothpaste has only been around for 100 to 150 years. Before that, people used tooth powder to clean their teeth. And companies wanted to make a paste out of it, so they added water to their ingredients, which then caused them to have to add preservatives, chemicals, fillers, just so it wouldn't go bad. And now the toothpaste we know today are just filled with ingredients that we don't like even like SLS that make it really foam. Our peppermint powder is full of clean ingredients, and instead of fluoride, we use hydroxyapatite, which remineralizes your teeth and can actually heal cavities through a mineral that's naturally occurring in our bodies already.
So we're naturally curing cavities, and I'm just looking at the box right here. Natural ingredients, fluoride-free, safe and effective, removes stains, remineralizes enamel. So you're saying it's natural ingredients that help make your teeth stronger, healthier, and not as prone to cavities?
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. So I am so excited to try it. I told you before we started, I didn't want to open this beautiful box until we got to film with it today. And I always talk about how my son doesn't want to brush his teeth. Do you think this is a product that kids would like?
Absolutely. We actually carry a strawberry. I'm here to show you. We have a strawberry. And guess what? This week, I took my kids to the dentist, and my son actually reversed a cavity. 6 or 7 months ago, he had a cavity that was starting. I put him on Wonder consistently, and we went there this week, and we took before and after x-rays, and his cavity's completely gone.
Wow.
My kids love it. Totally sold on it. That's all they use now.
Well, I'm getting my son on this ASAP. I do believe some components of cavities are genetic. Maybe that's because I had a lot because...
I agree.
Okay, good.
For sure.
Because I'm a big brusher and flosser, and now paster.
No, I totally agree.
But I love it, and I can't wait to use it. And I think it's really fascinating to hear that you can do things naturally, because so many times now they're pushing medicines from the pharmaceutical companies and pushing us to use all this fluoride. And fluoride's actually harmful from everything I understand.
Yeah. Fluoride was actually added in 1914 and without tons of studies. And now more than ever, people are getting away from fluoride because they know that it's a neurotoxin. It's not actually helping.
No, not at all. And I know that you're on PublicSquare, and we love having you on PublicSquare, but how has it helped grow your business?
Yeah, you can find us on our website, wonderoralwellness.com. We have an Instagram page, Wonder Oral Wellness. If you want to learn more about oral health, how it's related to gut health and just your overall health, you can follow us there to find more information. And obviously on PublicSquare.
Right. So on PublicSquare, you've agreed for our 30 swap, because we're swapping it out for those drugstore brands, those big box brands. So you're going to do 30 swap for a limited time. Well, thank you so much, Jen. I really appreciate you being here today. We're going to have to do this again soon, because I have so many more questions about clean teeth.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jen. And although now we all have clean teeth and fresh breath, I am not afraid to repeat myself. Jen and Wonder Oral Wellness are offering a limited time discount when you use the code 30SWAP exclusively on PublicSquare. Have you ever met a woman who doesn't love candles? Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new swap that will make everyone in your house feel special while also being connected to God. Wood cabin candles. They are elegant, room brightening, and have fragrances that men will also appreciate. Look at the label on this candle. I'm going to show you right now. Hold on. So first of all, look at this box. It's so beautiful. I'm going to open it. You know how all the kids do these unboxings these days? I'm going to be trendy and unbox this thing right here with you today. All right, here we go. So you got to look at this label. It's got everything American you would ever want. We have red, white, and blue, stars and stripes, and eagle. Wood Cabin Candle Company. And under that, in small print, guess what it's called? It's called God and Country. Like I said, we've got that American flag, eagle. And on PublicSquare, when you describe the smell, it says smoked oud wood, amorous birch, and freedom, of course. To tell us more about God and Country is co-founder of Wood Cabin Candles, Bobby Kennedy. Bobby, I know you're rushing home today. Thank you so much for being here. And you and your brother started this company with your family during COVID. What did that journey look like?
My wife and I.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And our family started it during COVID when we were locked down. Our daughter had approached us about, we were doing various projects and stuff at home, trying to figure stuff out to do. And she wanted to make a candle. And my wife and I, her name is Drew, we looked at each other and kind of didn't know where to begin. So we hopped on YouTube and started reading around. And long story short, figured it out. So we made I think it was a gingerbread candle that was pink or purple for our daughter, and she just loved it. And we enjoyed the process. So I thought I would start playing around for something geared maybe a little bit more masculine towards men. And we started playing with smoky, notes and wood and something geared a little bit more masculine, and came up with some more masculine labels and artwork, and ultimately put it online, and they started selling out immediately. And we looked at each other like, gosh, I think we have something here. And around that time, I think it's important to note that, people politically were it seemed to be really choosing sides, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. And lines were being drawn in the sand. So we felt it was more important than ever to start voting with our dollars. So we wanted to make a company geared towards patriotic, families that weren't afraid to stand up for their values and beliefs. And then PublicSquare came along, and it was just the perfect fit for us. It was exactly what we were looking for. So that's the long story.
No, it's
Sure.
a great story. I think you told me when we originally talked a story about Airbnbs. How does that tie in?
Yeah, so we had friends with an Airbnb up in the local mountains here that their guests were asking, who made this and where did you get it and can we have more? And so we started, Airbnbs picking us up, and they were having them for their guests in the mountains in different places. So my wife and I and our kids were big into camping and hiking, and so it was just something that was really expressing us and our values and our hobbies like camping and fishing and hunting and all that. And we just decided to put it into a brand, and we've had a tremendous response from it.
Well, I tell you what, I have smelled this candle 20 times, and it is so delicious. You say it's got sort of a manly smell, but I think there's a very famous designer, Tom Ford, and he makes smells like this that are very expensive, and he's not conservative, by the way, so this is great. His candles, too, candles and fragrances. This smells like something musky and, what do you say, old wood, and of course, America and patriotism, right? So I know that I was looking on PublicSquare at some of the other candle names you have. Can you tell us some of those names and what they represent?
Yeah, I mean, I have one, I don't know if it can come out on video, but called In the Mountains. And where are we here? Going this way. So, that's just from, hiking and hunting and camping. And we have another one called Canyons and Creeks, which the artwork is from the perspective of somebody kayaking through a ravine and the river. And yeah, so all the names were inspired by, one's called Western Ridge, from some of the hikes that we've done in the Sierras out in California. Yeah, we have one called Winchester, another one called Remington. So
Famous pew pew gun names, right?
What's that?
Because those are the names of gun manufacturers, right?
It's something that we enjoy in our free time.
Hey, I love the Constitution and the Second Amendment, and I think most people that watch PublicSquare Live do as well. So today, again, we are celebrating the God and country, and why is this one so special to you?
Back to what I was saying earlier, I think it's important right now to stand up for our values and our beliefs. I think when we were seeing companies being canceled for things that they believed in, it honestly made us kind of stand up a little bit taller and straighter and kind of go, no, we're going to stand boldly and be unashamed of our values. And like I said, PublicSquare has been able to connect us with like-minded people.
Well, I think that it's great to be connected with like-minded people. So many people that have a small business say, I don't want to get political. I don't want to lose business. And what I tell them every time is if you stand up for your values, you will find your people. And those people on the conservative side that you find are always more loyal. They're more willing to tell a friend. They're more willing to support your brand. So good for you for having the backbone and the strength and the great opportunity and good fortune and will from God to make these amazing candles. I love it. I love my gift box that you sent me. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you being here today. I know you're busy running around and taking time for me. It means a lot.
We appreciate you guys, and the partnership's been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, I smell a deal because Bobby and Wood Cabin are offering a discount when you use 30 Swap on PublicSquare, but do it ASAP because these candles make great gifts. and we don't want this opportunity to flame out. You see what I did there? I love a cheesy joke. More swaps coming up after the break, so don't go anywhere. We have a country to save, and we're doing it with shopping.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back.
Who doesn't like a sizzling swap? Well, maybe if you're a vegan. We're all busy cooking for ourselves and our families, and part of that process likely includes protein. I am always struggling to find American, antibiotic-free, hormone-free, healthy meat. And let me tell you, look no further because Good Ranchers is your answer. I had it last night and my family is thrilled. Here to tell us all about it is the amazing Good Ranchers classic, maestro of meat, Epicurean educator, sultan of sizzle, protein professor, Michael McWardle. Michael, how are you?
I am doing great. Yeah, I love the titles. I like being the maestro of meat. That's going on my business card tomorrow. So I'm so excited to be here, tell people about the products that we have, hopefully help some people find some meat they can trust.
Well, I trusted after what I had last night. I think I sent you an email this morning. I said the only one that was unhappy was the dog because there was not a morsel left. And you sent me the Ranchers Classic. I know you have some there. Can you show us what the Ranchers Classic is? Tell us all about it. What's inside of it?
Yes, yeah, I've got the Ranchers Classic. Actually, my wife and I get this for our family too. Comes in the box just like this, shipped right to your front door, and it is full of some of our best sellers, crowd favorites. So open up that insulation. The classic to me, in these yellow bags, you're gonna find our boneless, skinless chicken breast. These are amazing. Like you said, no added hormones, no antibiotics ever. Funny story, Chick-fil-A just switched from no antibiotics ever to a lesser quality chicken. So we have the highest quality chicken, pre-trimmed, ready to go. And you can trust it. As other places are going lower quality meat, we are staying at the highest standard that we can find at local farms and ranches, all 100% American. My wife and I meal prep with this like every weekend for the week. If you love steaks, you're gonna love this short loin bone-in steak. This is a hero steak, 17 ounces bone-in. You can cook it on the grill, cast iron skillet. I mean, the beautiful crust you get on this, the marbling, all American beef from family-owned ranches, and we only source USDA prime and upper choice beef, which means it's steakhouse quality. It's got that marbling you want. It's full of rich flavor, and it's got that beautiful color you're gonna want to be serving everyone at your house. If you need a smaller portion of steak and 17 ounces isn't your size, that's fine. You can use our flat iron steaks. These are amazing.
That's what I had last night. It was so good. We just put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, put it on the grill, some broccoli, some rice, and we were good to go. So tell me about what that one is, because I hadn't even really heard of that kind before.
Yes, so this is such a great cut of meat. We actually individually wrap and package every steak. So if you got a family of 3 or 4, you can cook exactly what you need, put the rest back in the bag, and store it for another meal. These steaks are so great. I mean, they come from a part of the cow that has, it's not worked a lot, so it's nice and tender. So it's not an overworked muscle of the cow. You get a really nice, great bite. And it's got that rich, meaty texture, beefy flavor that people love. So this is a go-to. You can slice it up and use it in other prepared dishes, but just by itself, it is an amazing hero as well. Like you said, little salt, little seasoning, and this thing is going to really rock the world on the plate of everyone at your house for dinner or lunch. And then the last thing I'll say is another grounding like the chicken is the ground beef. This is amazing. It's actually chopped steak. You'll see it doesn't say ground beef because chopped steak is actually what we do. We take the same high quality meat, we blend it down into this easy to use, versatile blend that you can use for burgers, you can use for tacos, you can use for meatballs, you can use for anything that you want. It is full of flavor, has the perfect ratio of meat to fat so that you're always having a nice juicy bite. Even in your ground beef, nothing dries out on you. This is such a staple. Everyone loves ground beef at the store, so having it in this box makes it so easy for a last-minute meal prep. You can pull off anything really great in like 20 minutes with this.
Yeah, it really doesn't take much time at all. I think on Taco Tuesday, all my son ever wants is tacos. And I go to the grocery store and I'm so disappointed with the selections. And just seeing what you guys offer, honestly, my mind is blown. How did this journey into healthier, safer meat begin for Good Ranchers?
Yeah, it really was birthed out of a family's need, just like your own, right? As people are going to the store and they're trying to find great quality food and can't find it, our founders, Ben and Corley Spell, faced that same issue. And they wanted to find American products, and they wanted to find, trustworthy sources. And they actually, were really alarmed when they found out over 85% of the grass-fed beef in stores that's sold comes from overseas. And that adds up to, across beef and pork and other protein, over 5 billion pounds of imported meat are not only sent in, but purchased on our grocery store shelves every year. And so they wanted to create a system that they needed to connect their own family to an American farm, a local family farm and ranch. And it was, at that moment in 2018 that Good Ranchers was born. And since then, we've been forming more partnerships with local farms and ranches across the country to bring people beef, pork, chicken, and wild-caught seafood. So we've expanded our line to hopefully serve any protein that you need for any time of the day. You can know it's coming from an American source, that it's a trusted source. We have no mRNA vaccines. Like I said, we have no antibiotic ever in our chicken. So we are trying to do things in the way that allows families just like your own to sit down at the table and not have to worry about what's in their meat, that the meat is truly and purely just meat, which is unfortunately hard to find these days.
It really is. So quickly, with the last minute that we have left, you talked about the mRNA vaccines that are in the meat. So the animals are getting these vaccines, and we all probably have our feelings about that. I know I do. But what's happening with that? So the animals are getting these vaccinations, and then it goes to the meat, and then it comes to us?
Yeah, so I think the real alarming thing about the vaccinations is that there's not a lot of info on it at all, right? So these have been, pretty quick greenlit vaccines that are now in pork specifically. They're being made for cows and chickens as well for some of the viruses that happen in those clusters of animals. But really the issue is that there's going to be no labeling about it. There's no long-term studies about, like what you said, if there is an impact on the animal and then therefore an impact on the meat that we're consuming. So really it's in its infancy, and there's not a lot being done for transparency for the consumer. So we're trying to lead the charge of saying we're taking a stand, and there's not going to be anything experimental in our meat, especially vaccinations that haven't gone through a rigorous review process. So that's where we stand on the matter.
Well, I stand on the matter that I am obsessed with the box you sent me, and I can't wait to eat everything. My freezer is stocked. I don't have to go to the grocery store and scratch my head and huff out of there and just make eggs. So I'm happy for you to be here. I appreciate the box. I appreciate your time. Tell your bosses at Good Ranchers you deserve a raise. And I want to see those new business cards. I also like the Sultan of Sizzle. I hope that works for you as well.
Yeah, I think I'll get each one printed, and I'll pass them out, and I'll get like a little survey going of which one people like the most. But yeah, we loved being on here. We hope more people can find a trustworthy source of meat. And Erin, thanks so much for having us. We love to be a part of everything you guys are doing over here at PublicSquare.
Thank you so much, Michael McWhirtle from Good Ranchers. This sizzling deal isn't going to last for long. 30 swap on PublicSquare at checkout for a limited time. You got to get this box. It is absolutely amazing. One of the first things we do in the morning is make a cup of coffee. This swap will have you so excited to change your brand of coffee, you're going to be eager to start your day. The brand is called 7 Weeks Coffee. Now, the first thing you see when you look them up on PublicSquare or our app is their tagline, funding the pro-life movement, one cup of coffee at a time. Today, we are featuring the 7-Week Faith Blend. It's a dark roast, perfect for those who love darker coffees. Smooth, bold, robust in flavor with notes of sweet chocolate. It also has low acidity and a smooth finish. Anton Kresick is the CEO and founder of 7 Weeks Coffee. Anton, how are you?
Hey, thanks for having me on.
So nice to see you. Little story, Anton and I go way back. Anton and I go way back to your first job. So when we got on Skype, we were like, hey, we know each other. But having said that, you're so young and you're so successful. How did your vision for coffee begin?
Yeah, I mean, it really just started with a passion for entrepreneurship, similar to PublicSquare, wanting to build a business that aligns with values that are often overlooked in the market. So conservative values, Christian values, and for me, something I'm super passionate about, pro-life values. So our mission is to help fund the pro-life movement through the sale of our coffee. And we're here to be a resource to hundreds of pro-life organizations across the country. So we like to say we're here to marry that mission of people who love coffee and love saving lives.
And that's why this swap is so amazing, because just reading it on a piece of paper, you wonder, what does 7 weeks mean? Or what is their mission statement? And we see you live. So many people at home are going to say, wow, why am I drinking Starbucks, who hates us, literally? And they're, Starbucks is, I think, sending people that work for them out of state to have abortions. And we're drinking their coffee knowing that they don't have our value systems. So what is the significance of 7 weeks?
Yeah, so when I had the idea, I told my wife about the idea for a pro-life coffee company. She asked the question that inspired the name is, when is a baby the size of a coffee bean? So at 7 weeks, a baby is the size of a coffee bean, but it's also the same time a heartbeat is detectable under ultrasound. And that's why the heartbeats are our logo. And the main thing we do is provide financial resources to pregnancy care centers so they can provide ultrasound services and that mom can hear their child's heartbeat for the first time. So that's why we use the name 7 Weeks Coffee. And that's just the high level background on us, the mission. But if you love coffee, we like to say this is a great way to start your day and truly help save lives.
And when you look at the right here, as I have it, pro coffee, pro life. You're not sitting here whispering down the lane that you're pro-life or telling people, shh, don't tell anyone. You're screaming it from the rooftops. And I think that's bravery and that's honesty and that's so bold. Where did you get this strength from?
Yeah, I think it's just the same thing kind of parallel with PublicSquare. Is like there is so little opportunity to take a stand for Christian values, pro-life values, biblical values in the marketplace this day. When I started this in September of 2021, there was no one doing this. There was no alternative for a faith-based pro-life coffee company where people can shop and support those values that they hold dear to them. And I wanted to just make a difference in that space. So it really started with the concept of, hey, let's sell coffee and donate back to our local center and make a clear stance that everyone who buys this month, we're supporting our local pregnancy center. And we were able to sell $8,000 and drop off a check for $800 to that center. And we thought it was the coolest thing. And now we're still making that stance. We support over 850 pro-life organizations, if you can believe it, and been able to donate now over $350,000. We're unapologetically pro-life, and I think consumers love that because they know they're shopping values they believe in and truly making a difference.
At PublicSquare, we always say we want to create a parallel economy, and you're the perfect person to talk about it. You're true to your values. We all have these values, and we're giving our money to people that don't have those values. So that's why this is so important. So today, and our 30 swap actual product is the Faith Blend. We talked about it a little bit in the beginning, but tell us more about the Faith Blend.
Yeah, I love our Faith Blend. I got it here too, right next to me. It's one of my favorite go-to every morning. It's a dark roast coffee. It's from Honduras. That's where we source it from. Ultra low acid, super smooth, but also strong for those who like dark roast. No bitterness. That's what we like to say. Our coffee has no bitterness. It's smooth, it's bold, it's rich. And what's also really cool about our coffee is that we directly help local farmers across the world. We buy directly from farmers, so there's no middleman. We're giving back to help basically local businesses like these coffee farms we buy from. So we like to say it's very much pro-abundant life, from the farmer that we get to support and buy directly from them to the mom at the pregnancy center. The Faith Blend's a great start if you like dark roast coffee and want to give us a try.
Well, I know that I'm going to be trying it. I didn't want to open it before we were on air today because it looks so pretty, and I wanted everyone at home just to see exactly how great this was. On the back too, pro coffee, pro life, Faith Blend. Anton, honestly, this is the easiest swap anyone who feels the way that we feel will ever make. Thank you for your time today. You're such a young patriot and such an inspiration to so many. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it too.
Thank you. We're also going to perk up because 7 Weeks Coffee is doing a limited time 30 swap code at checkout on PublicSquare. So make sure you grab that right away. Thanks for watching PublicSquare Live. We want to hear from you. If you love PublicSquare or love any of our products, send us a video testimonial to marketing@publicsq.com. And don't forget to tell your like-minded friends, family, and colleagues to download the PublicSquare app or visit our website, PublicSquare.com. Happy shopping.
See you next time on PublicSquare Live.